Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time to return to the Pokemon series. This is Pokemon Emerald, part of the third generation of the Pokemon series, and it's been a long time since my last foray into a Pokemon generation. I believe my last Let's Play was Pokemon Gold back in 2014, so it's been a while. It's been about 8 years since my last Pokemon playthrough. And there is a reason for why it took so long to get to this game, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that right now. When I initially played through like the Pokemon games, Generation 3 was actually a generation that I skipped. I stopped after Generation 2, and I came back at the end of Generation 4. So as a result, I didn't really have any sort of experience with Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. I was familiar with a lot of the Pokemon in passing, because I was in a lot of Nintendo message boards and stuff. But I didn't actually play anything from the third generation, and honestly I wouldn't have any experience with the world of Hoenn until Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, when those games came out for the 3DS much later on. And since then I've also played through Pokemon Sapphire on Retro Achievements, and I even did a Pokemon Emerald playthrough as a practice playthrough before this playthrough. So I have a little more experience with it. I wanted to make sure I was more than comfortable with playing these games for you guys before I got into them. I can't promise that I'll know everything. I'm sure I'll still be struggling with some things along the way, so for those instances, please be patient with me. I'll try to figure things out as I go through. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this game for you guys, and I think we're going to go ahead and get this started here. One other thing I want to mention, because the last two Pokemon playthroughs I did, they were complete Pokedex playthroughs. That will not be the case for this game. I'm going to say that right now, because, you know, Generation 2 already added like 100 more Pokemon. This adds even more, and some of the ways you have to complete the Pokedex beyond just the normal means of trading between versions is a bit excessive. So, as a result, we're not going to go for a complete Pokedex playthrough, but I will at least be trying to get all of the new Pokemon that I can conceivably get in this version. There will still be no trade evolutions or, you know, trading from other versions or anything like that. Basically, any Pokemon you can get from the base game of Emerald, I will try to get, and I'll try to get its evolutions as well. So that's pretty much my plan of attack for this playthrough. I probably won't worry about getting any Pokemon from Kanto or Johto. I might get a few along the way just to have because I like them, but I'm not going to actually like force myself to get all of them like I normally do. So wanted to very quickly point that out before we got started. This is not going to be a complete Pokedex playthrough. I'm sorry. It was a lot doing it for the first two generations, and it just gets way too chaotic with Generation 3. So, yeah, unfortunately, not going to be going there this time. Just being honest with you guys. Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. And yeah, sorry to keep you guys waiting for Generation 3. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Birch, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. I thought that was Professor Oak. This is what we call a Pokemon. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon, at times as friendly playmates and, at times, as cooperative workmates. And sometimes we band together and battle others like us. But despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. Much like me with Generation 3. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are, well, as usual. Well, first of all, like, I mean, this was technically a thing that got introduced in Crystal, which I didn't play, but we can actually choose our genders now. I'm still going to go with the male gender, but playing as the female gender is a pretty cool touch. I think it just makes sense to have a female alternative in games like these, and I think the female options always look really good. In fact, I actually prefer the female sprite over the male sprite in this game, but I will stick with being the male sprite in this playthrough. Alright, what is your name? Well, since it is a Pokemon playthrough, and I have done this for every Pokemon playthrough so far, I am going to be going with my real name as opposed to my, you know, offhand, shorthand YouTube name. So, Pokemon Trainer Rob is back. Ah, okay. You're Rob, who's moving to my hometown of Littleroot. I get it now. Alright, are you ready? Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokemon, where dreams, adventure, and friendships awaits. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokemon lab. Rob, we're here, honey. It must be tiring riding with our things in the moving truck. Yeah, like, shouldn't I be, like, sitting next to you in the front seat? Like, come on. Well, this is Littleroot Town. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room, Rob. Let's go inside. Oh, did I not have my own room before? See, Rob, isn't it nice in here, too? The movers Pokemon do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Rob, your room is upstairs. Go check it out, dear. Dad bought you a new clock to mark our move here. Don't forget to set it. Okay, so... Pokemon... Fuggy! Yes, I agree. Okay, so let's go ahead and go upstairs. We have our room. We have our nice Nintendo GameCube. It's a Nintendo GameCube. A Game Boy Advance is connected to serve as the controller. Ooh, I bet that's when they were promoting that accessory where you could use that. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Rob flipped open the notebook. Adventure rule number 1. Open the menu with start. Adventure rule number 2. Record your progress with save. The remaining pages are blank. So I guess we got to fill that in as we go along. And as usual, we can check our PC. In this PC, we can access our item storage, and like in most Pokemon games, there is a potion for us inside the item storage, and you are going to want to grab this before you do anything. So let's go ahead and take our potion, close the PC, and let's see what's on the TV really quick. Dad might like this program. Better get going. Well, we also got to set our clock really quick, too. Now, setting time in this game compared to the second generation, I want to say that setting the clock is less important in this version, but it still has effects. You're not going to be able to see, like, what time it is or whatnot, but there is an area later in the game that is affected by the, basically by the time, so you do want to keep that in mind. I'm going to go for what time it is for me right now, which is kind of weird because... It's weird because, like, this is not like a traditional clock. Like, the left side is AM, the right side is PM. But right now it is like 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to say this is 3 o'clock, although this is probably more like 6. So let's actually do that. Let's actually fix it a little bit then. I'd say this is more like 3 o'clock, I'd say. 3 p.m. anyway, not 3 in the morning. Okay, we'll go with this. But yeah, I'll talk about what that time affects later on. It has no effect right now. Rob, how do you like your new room? Good. Everything's put away neatly. They finished moving everything and downstairs, too. Pokemon movers are so convenient. Oh, you should make sure that everything's all there on your desk. I already did that. Oh, Rob, quick, come quickly. Look, it's Petalburg Gym. Maybe Dad will be on. Oh, so we actually have a dad in this universe. Not that we don't in other universes, but we actually get to see them and interact with them in this universe. We brought you this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. Oh, It's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. Oh yes, one of Dad's friends lives in town. Professor Birch is his name. He lives right next door, so you should go over and introduce yourself. That sounds like a good idea to me. Pokemon professors are usually a good place to start for Pokemon adventures. But we'll go ahead and explore a little bit of this town before we do that. This is... Okay, this is his Pokemon lab. I don't think he's actually in here right now, but you can go ahead and take a look at what's inside here. Professor Birch? The professor's away on field work, ergo he isn't here. Let me explain what field work is. It is to study things in the natural environment, like fields and mountains, instead of a laboratory. The professor isn't one for doing desk work. He's the type of person who would rather go outside and experience things than read about them here. Well, I can admire that because, you know, sometimes you need to get out there and actually do things. Professor Birch spends days in his lab studying, then he'll suddenly go out in the wild to do more research. When does Professor Birch spend time at home? Let's not get into his home and personal life now. If you use a PC, you can store items in Pokemon. The power of science is staggering. Yes, indeed it is. We'll go ahead and take a look at this house, too. Oh, hello, and you are? Oh, you're Rob, our new next-door neighbor. Hi. We have a daughter about the same age as you. Our daughter was excited about making a new friend. Our daughter is upstairs, I think. Okay, well... Isn't this your daughter? Hi, neighbor! Do you already have your own Pokemon? No. I'm guessing there's a different daughter, or a different child. I don't know. I guess I don't even know if that's like a boy or girl, really, honestly. Oh, here she is. Huh? Who are you? Oh, you're Rob, so your move was today. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. I heard about you, Rob, from my dad, Professor Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice, Rob, and that we could be friends. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you, Rob. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokemon. Rob, I'll catch you later. Well, let me see what's actually in her room first. I actually meant to come up here first and interact. I didn't know you'd actually talk to her if you went downstairs. But she also has a GameCube, an orange GameCube. Oh, it's the same thing. What's on the TV? Mom might like this program. Let's go ahead and read this as well. Adventure rule number 1. Man, she has like a carbon copy of, like, my room. Well, you want to know why that is? May is actually the girl sprite if you pick to be a girl, and instead, like, your friend will actually be Brendan, which is the sprite I'm using. So that's basically how that works. Pokemon fully restored, items ready, and okay, she's just getting ready, I guess. Well, I think that's all we can do in the village for right now. So let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. Hi. There are scary Pokemon outside. I can hear their cries. I want to go see what's going on, but I don't have any Pokemon. Can you go see what's happening for me? Well, I don't either, girl. Help me! Well, this is embarrassing. Hello, you over there. Please, help! In my bag, there's a Pokeball. Actually, there's 3 Pokemon. Because, yeah, this is where we actually get to choose our starter here. So, there are 3 Pokemon to choose from. As usual, you have a Grass, Fire, and Water starter. First up, we have Trico. This is the Grass starter. Trico will evolve into Grovyle and then fully evolve into Sceptile. All 3 are just Grass only. We have Torchic, which is the Fire Pokemon. Torchic will evolve into Combusken and then Blaziken. And the interesting thing about that is, even though it starts as a Fire type, when it gets its secondary evolution, Combusken, it'll actually be a Fire and Fighting type, which is actually a pretty cool typing. I really hope they don't use it again for starters. And last but not least, we have Mudkip. Mudkip evolves into Marshtomp and then Swampert. Actually has a really, really cool double typing in its final evolution, Water Ground. I've always been a fan of Water Ground Pokemon for some reason. It's just kind of cool that it just completely mitigates that electric weakness that it would have otherwise. But on the off chance, you get a quad weakness to grass, which is something you have to kind of look out for. But thankfully, grass Pokemon aren't too prevalent in this generation anyway. I've thought long and hard about this, and, well, not to quote an old meme back in the days of when this game came out, if someone were to say to me, "So I heard you like Mudkipz," well, I actually do. So I'm going to go with, once again, the water starter. I'm going to pick Mudkip. So we got to fight a wild Zigzagoon. So, as usual, we don't have, like, really any major moves to start, just tackle and growl. And we do have that potion as well, so if things look hairy, we can just use that potion to heal up. Hopefully it won't come to that, because we're doing enough damage. One more hit should do it. Maybe two, since we did get weakened right there. But, nope. That was just enough. Alright, we did it. Phew! I was in the tall grass studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. You saved me, thanks a lot. Oh? Hi, you're Rob. This is not the place to chat, so come by my Pokemon lab later, okay? So, Rob, I've heard so much about you from your father. I've heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. But the way you battled earlier, you pulled it off with aplomb. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Oh yes, as thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. So we officially have Mudkip as our starter Pokemon. While you're at it, why not give a nickname to that Mudkip? Okay. I've always kind of liked this name for Mudkip. It's very simple, and it kind of fits because it's a male, I guess. But I'm just going to call it Kip. You know, very short and sweet and to the point. Kip the Mudkip. And eventually Kip the Swampert, obviously. If you work at Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make an extremely good trainer. My kid, May, is also studying Pokemon while helping me out. Rob, don't think it might be a good idea to go see May? Yeah, probably. Great. May should be happy too. Get May to teach you what it means to be a trainer. Sounds like a good idea to me. Okay. You don't really say too much else. So one thing I do want to kind of go over, and this is actually two new mechanics that are actually new to Pokemon Generation 3, is if we go ahead and look at our Pokemon, there are a few new things that are actually on the Pokemon summary here. Newly added to Generation 3 are the introduction of abilities and natures. Abilities are small effects that can happen during battle and out of battle that are unique to each Pokemon, and some Pokemon even have the possibility of having one of two different abilities that will be randomly assigned to them when you discover it in the wild or when you add it to their team. Mudkip, for example, has the ability Torrent, which increases the power of its water moves when it's low health. Each Pokemon will have a different ability, so be sure to be aware of what those abilities are, as they can be a factor in Pokemon battles, much in the same vein a Pokemon's typing and moveset can be. Natures are modifiers that can affect a Pokemon's stats on level up, and once again, are randomly assigned when discovered in battle or added to your Pokemon team. There are 25 unique natures, and each nature takes one of the 5 main stats, attack, defense, special defense, and speed, and makes one of them increase more often on level up, and one decrease more often on level up. For example, this Mudkip has the quirky nature, which just so happens to be one of the 5 neutral natures of this game, which means Mudkip's special defense was selected as the stat that increases and also decreases, which cancels each other out, so this Pokemon, outside of IV and EV calculations, will have stats that are relatively on par or average with what would be outside of any other nature modifications for this particular Pokemon. I'll go over other natures as I capture Pokemon, but that's pretty much how they work. Now, I'm not going to really concern myself with natures too much through this playthrough. I'll definitely kind of consider them a little bit for, like, Pokemon I intend to use on my team. But for the most part, I'm not going to really focus on that. I think you can beat the game with anything. I'm not going to try to make a professional team that can destroy any Pokemon team in the world. I'm not a competitive Pokemon battle or anything like that. I'm just a Pokemon collector, so I wanted to get that straight before we did anything here. And the natures also have another factor as well when it comes to berries, but I'll talk about that later, so I'm not going to really worry about that right now. But that's basically it. Otherwise, you can look at all the other same stats that you have as well. You can see, like, its stats, its experience points to the next level. Take a look at its attacks, and it's kind of cool. You can actually get, like, a more detailed explanation of what all of the attacks do, which is nice from this menu right here. And there's also contest moves, which, again, this is something I'll go over later, not really right now, but it kind of has to do with basically your moves. There's just like secondary effects to these moves that'll come into play when we get into the contests part of this playthrough, which, again, I'm not too familiar with that, but that is something we'll definitely get into at some point. Okay, I'm sorry that there's been a lot of talking, not a lot of gameplay here, but this is the first episode, and that's kind of what you need to expect, I guess. And it looks like May is not here, so we're just going to go ahead and move on, see if we can get an idea of where she is. Oh, May went out to Route 103 just a little while ago. Like father, like child, May can't stay quietly at home. Hey, I know that feeling. There are times where I just need to get out of my house too, so I completely get that. But let's go ahead and start working our way through Route 101. There's not really a lot going on in this route. Wild Pokemon will jump out at you in tall grass. If you want to catch Pokemon, you have to go into the tall grass and search. Well, I do want to catch Pokemon, but I don't have a method for catching Pokemon right now, so we'll have to save that for later. So here we have a Poochyena. Poochyena is a Dark-type Pokemon. And on this particular route, it's actually kind of interesting. In Pokemon Emerald, this Pokemon has a 45% chance of showing up on this route. But in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, it actually only has a 10% chance to show. And in Emerald, the Pokemon that actually has a 10% chance of showing up is actually Zigzagoon. So Zigzagoon and Poochyena actually like kind of swap their encounter rates in this playthrough. For this route, anyway. I think that's also the case for just other routes in the game as well. I guess Emerald really wanted to highlight Poochyena a bit more, I guess. And here we have Wurmple. Wurmple is the standard bug-type Pokemon. We'll definitely take a look at Wurmple a bit later. Just want to get a little bit of experience so we can level up. I just kind of also want to check out the Pokemon on this route. But those are the 3 Pokemon that you'll see in this route, so we've technically seen all 3 Pokemon that you can find here. But we'll definitely be back to catch some Pokemon later. Obviously, we don't have any Pokeballs right now, so we can't do that. So let's go ahead and go to Old Daletown, is that what it's called? Yep, Old Daletown. Or Old Aletown. I don't know how you pronounce that. If Pokemon get tired, take them to a Pokemon Center. There's a Pokemon Center in Old Daletown right close by. Well, that sounds like a good idea, kid. I will go ahead and do that. I believe we also actually just got a new move for Mudkip as well. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So here we have Mud Slap. Mud Slap is a move that, it's a ground-type move, but it also lowers accuracy as well. Looked like it didn't actually do that right there. It has like a small % chance to lower accuracy. That's the kicker right there. I'm trying to see if I can get it to do that. No, it's not actually doing it for some reason. Honestly, I should probably be using Tackle instead, since it's not very effective. But again, it is another alternative that Mudkip can use to attack, so if we find something that is weak to ground-type moves, we can use that. But otherwise, Tackle's probably the way to go, at least against Wurmples at this current time. We'll go ahead and do one more encounter, see if we can maybe get... no, once again, it's another Wurmple. I want to get a Zigzagoon. Although it's probably for the best that we're not finding it yet. That way when I'm actually going back to capture Pokemon, we can get it. Yeah, that's probably the way I should be looking at it, honestly. Yeah, I'm just going to battle a little bit until Mudkip gets kind of low, and then we'll go ahead and move into the next town. Just want to get a little bit of experience for the little guy. Because, again, I'm kind of certain what I want my final team to be, and it's going to be a bit till I get, like, a new member for my team, so I'll probably have, like, some temp team members for a bit as well. Which, nothing's really wrong with that. You can have temp team members. In fact, pretty much my older Pokemon playthroughs was all about using, like, temp team members, since I was trying to get every Pokemon in the Pokedex anyway. The final team was just kind of like the team that I wanted to spend the most time on. Okay, let's see. Man, finding a lot of Wurmples here. I want to use my Mud Slap. But you won't be able to tell, like, too much right now. But as the Pokemon gets higher leveled, you'll be able to see, like, its nature come into play with its level ups. You won't really see that much right now. Like, if you look at the stats here. Oh, actually, no, I have a neutral nature. It doesn't matter. Never mind. The point is, you won't notice nature modifications short-term. It'll mainly be in the long-term game. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go into Old Daletown here. This town is kind of like... I don't really even want to call it the Viridian City, because at least Viridian City had a gym. I guess Cherry Grove is probably the perfect comparison, where, you know, it's kind of like a tutorial town. There's not really a whole lot going on, but you definitely learn how, like, a lot of towns will be in this game. So you generally have a Pokemon Center, you have a Pokemon Mart, you have a few houses that'll just kind of talk about a few things. Then you also have different branching paths of different routes you can take. But I'm going to actually go ahead and end this video right here. So I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center. Going to take my Pokemon to the desk. Going to heal Mudkip up. And I'm going to go ahead and just stop here. And I'll see you guys next time. This has been Pokemon Trainer Rob here for the first episode of Pokemon Emerald. And I look forward to experiencing more of this game with you guys. So, I'll see you guys next time when we explore more of the area around here. And maybe we'll also catch some Pokemon, too. Should be fun. See you guys then. Later, folks.